Hey, welcome to Drakenmemoria. Yay! Sorry about that little. Maybe you saw it blimp where the camera feed stopped and started. OBS needed to be restarted. It happens sometimes. Welcome. It's a pleasure to have you with us. What is Drakenmemoria, you may ask? Well, it's Dungeons and Dragons, or more specifically, a group of people playing Dungeons and Dragons. And tonight, because we are the 25th, December. No, important precision to give. It's not the same thing if we're the 25th of January or June or October. Because we
Yeah,
are.
fuck anybody who has a birthday on those days, he just said. Don't matter. Not as much as Christmas.
No, absolutely not. Come on. You're trying to compare yourself with Christmas? Jeez Louise.
Exactly. Hey,
Although, to be fair, for me, it's more the 24th, the eve of Christmas, where everything happens. From 24th at 11 p.m. to 25th at 4 a.m. that's where everything happens. 25th, the rest of the day is just trying to survive the night before.
a hangover.
Well, I don't drink, so it's other thing. It's other things. None of the things that people consider fun.
Like nuclear waste
Yeah.
or Mountain Dew.
Uh,
Yeah, I said it.
all right. So, if you don't want to watch someone playing Dungeons and Dragons today on the 25th, well, you really got a big problem because you're watching us right now. I'm just telling you. You might have a problem with split personality. Or you're that desperate for company on tonight. If it's the case, I'm so sorry. We're going to do our best. But if you actually want to be here tonight, no matter the reason, you're welcome. It's a pleasure to have you with us. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. If you enjoyed the thunderstorm in the background, that's ambiance mixer. If you like the world map, it's WonderDraft. And if you like the dungeon map, it's Dungeon Alchemist. And that's about everything with the publicity. As you might have noticed, we have 3 missing players. That's because they're out doing stuff with their family on the 25th.
They're doing stuff
Yeah.
with their family.
For admittedly, for some of them, it may just be recovering from the stuff they did 2 hours ago. But as it turned out, we only have 2 people tonight. But that's okay. There's something we can do with 2 people. Those 2 people, actually. Because it just so happens that they're... Well, actually, I was going to say in a committed relationship, but that actually never got sanctified by any gods, you never asked anyone.
Well, that's just because there's just so many homophobic priests. I mean, so what if it's between a guy bird and a guy human goo individual?
Oh,
Can we actually call this homophobic? What would it be? It's more of a racist thing, but
I mean, it's both. It can be both.
could be both.
well, the advantage with Dungeons and Dragons is that no matter what kind of blessing you want to have, there's a god somewhere that will gladly give it to you. So you just
Sorry,
have to
it's specious now. We're
Species.
not racist anymore.
Yeah. Because, species is for dogs and cats. Oh, damn! Tabaxis. I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh, which, by the way, I'm still sour about Dungeons and Dragons never making a dog species. You know, you made a cat one, you didn't make a dog one.
Well,
I
don't
mean,
they have a?
if they're going by, current, I mean, sorry, like if we're going by the fact that they originally said they wanted to continue 5th edition for at least another 10 years, I mean, there's a chance.
Yeah. I get a feeling that the people down there, they're cat person, not dog person.
Oh, you mean like an official? Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like a knoll, right?
That's
Knoll
more
is
of a
more like a hyena.
Yeah. It's more a hyena species than a dog species.
And even a hyena is not really a dog.
No.
At least
Yeah.
not really connected to the dog family.
Understandable.
So yeah. Still waiting for my canine species. I mean, I don't mind building one. The problem is that if I try to go on on another table, I'm not sure they're gonna accept it. But if you make an official one, they're gonna accept it. So that's sort of the problem.
Oh,
I mean, in fairness, I feel like also a lot of D&D players are very cat-based, but that's just because of the influx of anime fans. Because 100%, if you had yourself a cat girl homebrew race, it's like, yeah, that'd just be accepted immediately.
bro. Take
Yeah.
notes.
In fact, everybody else would want to be like a cat girl too.
I mean, it's probably also a cultural thing. In Japan, it's normal cat girl things. You go there, you just say, you go to another game system, say, oh, well, I want to make a cat girl character. They're going to look at you, but there aren't any. I don't have a problem, I just don't want to make it. That's probably how the discussion's going to be. All right.
I'm sure there's an alternate universe where dog boys were the dominant.
The dominant race. Yeah.
As a stream, I'd love to be part of your community. Can we connect on Discord? Yeah, I feel like
That's definitely something that we're totally interested in.
absolutely. So, just in case you are genuine, because you're not the first one to give us those two message in this exact sequence with only the name that changes at the end. But just in case you are genuine, I'm completely and honestly honest. That's a weird way of saying it. About making a Discord for our channel. The structure is made. It's only the permission for each people that are going to be there. So if you're genuine about this, just stay tuned. There should be a link appearing below the window somewhere within today and the next 6 months. I'm hoping in the next few weeks, but I also know myself at least a little bit, so I'm not the fastest worker.
I wish you admit it.
I'm very honest about myself, and that sometimes is the problem. Oh, I didn't notice. I also get a little warning that this person
Yeah, it's saying
may
he's
actually
a
be
positive
circumventing a banishment. That's okay, that's interesting. That's nice. They're also honest about it. Twitch, I mean, not the person writing it.
Yeah, what do you have to say for yourself? Bring out the judges.
All right. So, what about what's going to happen tonight? Well, so let's go back a little bit on what happened last episode. I just looked at it. It's not big. Okay. So Our adventurers did their best to hold the line. They valiantly pushed back waves after waves, I'm missing an S here, of enemies using magic and strategy. Then, the battle in the sky came to a halt as the final line of arcane defenses preventing a siege ship from joining the fight crumbled. Their last hope was to stall for a few more minutes while a summoned dragon accepted to answer the call for help of our adventurers. Casualties were high, but in the end, the monastery held. Obviously, otherwise we wouldn't have any players. So
Well, we would still have players. It's just like a welcome to the second campaign.
A 2-man session.
well, to be honest, that's why I don't do a lot of world-changing campaign anymore, because once I started a campaign and everything was going well, everything was starting to have big stake. The fate of the known world hanged in the balance, and then the players stopped coming.
Well, there goes the world.
Yeah, that's about what happened.
Look, they were just looking for some very low stakes. It's like, was Jeremy going to become the master chef? It's like, or...
So yeah, after that, I changed my approach and went with the players are the linchpin in the world becoming better, not flat out savior. We are the heroes. Don't mess with us, because it's easier to come up with something that happened in the universe so that it doesn't end just because one player is sick and then the other one's got to go back to school and the third one mysteriously disappears. So
And then one left their great sword at home.
yeah. Then 2 months later.
Don't you hate when that happens?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, it depends. I have a new sword, but you know.
It's like, at least I have a new sword. It was a big sword.
All magical, sparkly, you know, it's the whole deal. It's kind of fun, but don't know where to put it.
And every time I shouted by the power of Grayskull,
suddenly my muscle just start bulging and I can jump. And the neighborhood cat suddenly turn green and orange, and he starts roaring like a lion.
Incidentally, kids, be careful about random magical swords you pick up off the ground.
Yeah, because if you take the other sword, you suddenly become a undead with a skeletal smile, and yeah.
Either that or you get something very similar, but much more feminine. You might grow boobs.
Yeah. And you know, one thing we never got to be sure of during that show was her actual height. You know, you might be 6 foot, but who knows? Maybe she's 5'1". It's just that everyone in her world is very small, so you might lose a foot.
As in a foot of height, not a actual foot. She maintained her foot. I think. Honestly, I kept looking much higher on her body, so her feet were kind of just not my focus.
I don't remember a lot about that series. I watched the original one, He-Man. But most of what I remember from the original one is the running animation. I feel like it was everywhere, always. And everywhere he runs, it mostly looks the same. You know,
That's what we call the animation budget.
Boom.
Okay, I thought you were going to say that's what alternate reality looks like. So
Somewhere out there.
yeah, there's a place somewhere out there that whenever you start running, it always looks like an apocalyptic landscape right after the bad event just occurred. But somehow people are surviving, and there's a hero that is strong enough to push a moon out of the way. What happens when he does push-ups? Does the world go...
It goes down instead of him going up.
Well, if you want to get really technical, like every time you do push-ups, you are pushing back against the earth
Yeah.
just as much as it's pushing back against you.
So,
Yeah, if enough of us do it at the same time, guys, come on. Let's push ourselves out of orbit.
and when you think about it, there's a very good reason why He-Man always sneeze looking forward. Because if he sneezes looking up, damn, the entire world just gets thrown out of its orbit. All right. So, we're going to, for today's episode, because normally we'd have a full party and everyone saw the huge dragon landing, audience felt validated from worshipping dragons after seeing this display of raw power. The simple fact that you could nearly hear the angelic choir when the dragon exhaled his breath. For him it was come on, you're still arguing why?
Just start playing the Final Fantasy VII soundtrack, and you'll get a rough idea.
Yeah, just forget about the end of the solar system thing while it's running. So, because we need a full group for this, because I'm pretty sure audience and Fisher have a lot of questions to ask that the dragon.
You snooze, you lose.
For audience, it's the first time he actually sees in person a dragon this huge. Remy, well, it's the second time he sees it, but it's the first time he'll be able to talk to it. Well, as much talking as he can do, but and I'm pretty sure Fisher will have a few questions. Not sure what they're going to be, but I'm sure he thought about it, because that's what Dungeons and Dragon players do in their spare time.
Like, do you have any idea what my child is? Just, I'll take anything at this point.
But since they're not here tonight, they're in their family. But we do have those two wonderful players who want to be here for those of you who want to watch Dungeons and Dragons tonight. We're going to instead skip a few hours in the future. Everyone went down. Yeah. Everyone went down. You all talked with the dragon. Information was exchanged. Conversation was a bit hard. Because Tobiashi, you told me what questions you wanted to ask the dragon because you might not be here next week.
Yep.
Although, just to be clear, I would rather you be there.
Yeah.
And like I said, one of the questions that you want me to ask, that's going to be real hard asking that question. and anticipating what kind of question you might want to ask as the information comes out, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
But judging from that information, I get the feeling that Tobiashi is going to learn a few difficult things, have to mourn for losses that, although he doesn't quite remember, will probably feel like he remembers them a little bit. There's a chance that you might learn to hate audiences antic a little bit more, and mixed with anything that audience and Fisher might want to ask. Tobiashi, you probably had a very, very emotionally draining talk with this dragon and everything you had to learn. And just not to help in any way, shape, or form, when you got back to the monastery after that conversation, after everyone reported
Finding out how many people died.
Yeah, going back up the monastery, probably right there on the moment it didn't hit you, but later on during that night, how much more quiet the monastery is after visiting the infirmary and seeing the bodies of those monks that you're never gonna get to talk to again. They're just gone. Of course, the first thing that anyone will ask a priest is, "Why can't you bring him back? I'll pay. I'll pay for you to bring him back." Calvin will probably answer you with this by saying, "It never is about whether they want to come back or not. Although, yes, the components are costly. And some will want to have this money spent. They will want to have these components given to them. You will always find people somewhere in the world that will care more about saving people, and they will try to help you. But this is not the main reason why many peasants, villagers, normal people do not come back. They do not come back because even after living a few moments on the other side, even though it is most likely not the highest level of heaven, it already feels so much better. No more suffering, no more worries. You can just watch the entire life of your children and make sure that they live well, die well. You do not have to suffer. You do not have to be tired. You can be there for each one of them, including your spouse, your friends. You do not have to wait every day. You do not have to be scared for them. You do not have to be worried for them. You can just skip to the last moment and be there for them. So I tell you this, many do not.
That sounds
yes,
really great and very familiar.
Many, yes.
Well,
he
to get
doesn't.
back to the crystal, I'm like, where's the crystal at?
Yeah, that's true. With everything you lived inside of the gem, it probably sounds very familiar to you, being able to just...
So what he's saying, I'm like, oh, I need it.
So yeah, it's because of that, they do not want to come back. And we can't do anything if they do not want to come back. So your friends, maybe they're not with you anymore, but they will be with you every time you cry. They will be with you every time you lose someone. But they will also be with you every time you celebrate. Every time you're happy. You just won't know it. So with this, you are forced to accept that so many of your friends
Pretty much.
You know, that guy in the background, you know, always inviting them. Yeah, damn it. So now you know why sometimes the room feels so crowded, but there's nobody there, you know. So you're forced to accept the fact that so many of those people, you won't get to talk to them anymore. But with what you just said, with what just Coven said, you probably also get the feeling that those who are the most to be pitied, that need the most support, are those who survived, but will never be the same, either because they've seen something that they're not going to be able to forget, or because now they will have to live crippled because of severe injury that they can't heal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, someone just losing a limb. Any spell that is above level 5 is... it's usually never something that anyone's ever gonna get to experience, because there are consequences.
Yeah.
So those are those right now in the infirmary, asleep because of the trauma, because of the injury.
Well,
In all, Tobiashi, you have to accept that, not counting the children, of course, because they were evacuated beforehand.
that's good.
Nearly a third of the people you were raised with are gone.
Oh my God, where's the long shot at?
Fortunately,
Swear to
That's a
God.
long shot.
Fortunately, he's one of the hero of the garden, so he is high level. It's difficult to kill a high level. Most of the monks that are there, they've called you Master Tobiashi because, in general, the best level you'll find is somewhere between 5 and 8. But most of the monks that were there were between 1 and 5. So,
Well,
you, Longshot, and anyone else you might have known are legends. And it's probably one of the things that you realize that evening when the masters of the monastery invite everyone to eat at their dining hall. The stories that are being told, they make you all look greater than what you think of yourselves? I mean, Tobiyashi, Remy, audience, Jorg, Fisher, you went up there. You destroyed a ship facing literally hundreds of enemies. And you faced them, you fought them, you slaughtered them, and you blew up a ship.
They'll be back.
Teleported out. You went back here. You were there. You killed so many people. All of you together killed over 200 people when you count this. Well, of course, when you start counting everything that happened, and probably Remy is the one that is the likeliest to catch all of this in the group. All of the adventurers that answered with you and the masters fighting, you killed over 2,000 people in that 5-minute combat.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas. Oh my god, is that snowfall? Nope, that's ashes of corpses falling out of the sky.
I mean, red and green, the blood of the, well, at least not innocent, on the green grass and the trees.
No,
and that mossy corner over there.
Yeah, but I'm thinking more about the old woman inside of the forest that just happened to be walking by the side of the monastery, and she looked up and suddenly she just said, "It's raining men."
My dream.
You know, they tell everything that happened, and it's, you know, for them it's huge, it's incredible. They're going to talk about you for easily decades.
Damn. Well, so this discussion is happening like while we're eating. We're doing this right now, or where are we still?
Which discussion?
While they're telling stories about us, or was that before?
No, it's. I'm just telling how the evening is going.
Oh, okay,
First,
okay.
you had the discussion with the dragon. Then you came back up,
Yeah.
and you started realizing everything that happened. Kavin explained to you why, even if he tries to bring back most of those who are dead, maybe one or two of them are gonna come back, but the rest, they already feel better
Okay.
where they are. Then the evening kept on going.
We went to
A
eat.
very solemn feel to everything that was happening. Then you're there at the evening, you're hearing the surviving monks, those who aren't in the infirmary, just talking about everything that happened. You see Longshot, he's
Yeah.
there. He's in a corner. Of course, he, just like you, he doesn't feel like talking too much, because just like you, he just saw a third of his family being killed.
Well, yeah. During the talking, like while everyone's talking and everything, I would try to sneak away. At least get out of there while avoiding people.
Mhm.
I already know he's gonna see me, but there's no hiding from it. I might as well still roll it though.
I mean, you could roll a natural 20 and just like,
That'd be crazy. I hide from everyone but Remy. No.
And most of the master. And Gamtesh.
And most of the master,
And-
yeah. Well, speak of the devil. All right, Remy excluded. I did roll a natural 20 though.
Well,
It was a 24. I don't know what his passive perception would be, but I'm pretty sure he's keeping an eye on me.
everything can happen in different ways. You manage to slip out easily. With a natural 20, Remy wouldn't be able to see you. However, he is very observant. which probably means that somewhere in the next 10 minutes, he's going to realize that you're no longer in the room.
I'm not
It's
walking
too
fast
quiet in
either.
here.
It's been too quiet. Yeah, I'm kind of while I'm walking like out of the area and like down the hallway. I'm not walking fast. I'm just like drudging along.
You're still hearing people talk. People are talking a lot in the dining hall, but there are people in the corridors, and there are some monks who didn't partake in the celebration. Well, celebration. They're helping to clean out the halls of the monastery. You realize as you're walking through those halls that most of the empty rooms had been converted into trap rooms. So whenever someone got in, they just exploded and took out anyone in front of it. So they're cleaning out the debris. If you're not trying to hide from them, you probably see one or two of them who's just gonna give you a little bow, and they're gonna keep on cleaning everything up.
Yeah, I was just sneaking to get out of the room. Other than that, everyone else sees me.
Yeah, you'll hear some monks
Bow back.
cleaning out and talking about what happened. People who really distinguished themselves. Apparently, Ciaraf and Bertrand were something amazing to see. They held down the gate where they were nearly alone by themselves, and even people who never saw them say that even their fighting style seemed to be completely synchronized. And he was there to defend her. She was there to take out volleys of people. And you hear grandiose tale of her being able to slaughter enemies by the dozen with only a single volley of arrow, while he took anyone that managed to get through, and not a single enemy was ever able to even get within 2 feet of her. She never had a encumbered line of sight for when she was firing. And of course you hear tales from the bards. A lot of monks have difficulty understanding how bards can be considered hero. You just play music. Well, what's the how are you even helping? But those who are talking about them now understand about how one of them took an instrument and started playing dissonant notes, and people just went mad. They started fighting amongst themselves. Some just bursted for no reason. At least
You might even say they
eyes.
were an instrument of death.
Yeah.
One of them was nearly impossible to describe. She was just playing the violin, and suddenly her shadows emerged from the ground and started fighting people, and her shadows were also playing music, and they were hit every which way by music and kick and swords. Shadows casting spells, her casting spells, her fighting with her bare fist and hand, very much like a monk would, while playing music. They're never going to argue again about bards. What the heck do they do in parties other than figuring out how to sing the praise of the survivors? And quite honestly, it's probably things that you've never heard before also. So okay, bards can be useful. I never imagined that. So you hear stories like this. You hear stories about nearly everyone. They were injured also amongst the people of the garden. Dathan, one of the bard, was severely injured. Zeal, who was one of the ship that fought. No one's heard of him since the end of the fight, so they're not sure he survived. He might have crashed at one ship. Hictrin is in the infirmary right now. He's unconscious. They think he's going to survive, but he was severely injured. Part of the monastery collapsed on where he was, and they barely managed to pull him out of the rubbles. So even amongst yours, the heroes of the garden, there were also injuries.
I know how to do this. As I'm walking down, listening to this, kind of like down the hallway, just staring straight, trying to go to my place of peace. I will lose kind of like concentration a little bit, and my silk comes off of Remy's arm. Remy's and everybody else's.
Okay.
Yeah, that's 4.
So Remy, as you're eating...
Oh, and the captain. I forgot I had it on the captain.
That was a lot of silk. You didn't have a whole lot of key points to use during all of that.
Yeah, I only have 7. I only have 7 left.
Damn. All right.
I didn't use that many.
They all come back. And Remy, it's probably something that draws your attention to the fact that he's not there. You're eating, of course, paying just a little bit more attention to audience because, of course, he's going to accept every laurel anyone does. And every time someone asks him how it was inside of the ship and how many people they were. And this was amazing. Were you even scared? You were on a ship. You were trying to crash ships and you were in there. This is amazing. This is incredible. Of course, audience loves it.
Although it's probably around the time where he tells the same story for the 3rd time. They're just like, And like looking down at his... It's like, oh. Okay, either he fell asleep or he's dead.
Yeah, I took myself out.
Well, it's a genuine concern because as you probably also realized, the dining hall is slightly empty compared to 2 nights ago when everyone was there eating, being scared, but also not knowing what was going to happen. So sort of being innocent in the way that they were reacting. But even though a lot of people are very impressed with everything that happened, there is a much somber obvious, much more somber atmosphere.
Somber ambiance.
Yeah, we're gonna go with a new word, atmosphere. This one actually wants to come out. Just that this happens, and you're hearing that 3rd recounting of the tale of our audience, and bravely entered the room where everyone was, and he just pointed his finger toward the engine, and Terry opened his mouth, and the reactor just vanished. Just as he says, vanish, you feel the silk just evaporate from wherever you were. You had it. Because at one point, I think Toby actually said he tied it to your belt. So
Yeah.
Because
It was skin to skin contact. Don't worry about it.
Because you wanted to have the idea of coming out of your crotch. So you feel it evaporate. And with your high passive perception, audience doesn't realize it at all. But his also evaporates. And looking around, you realize that a few people actually noticed. Silk disappeared.
Well, then I guess it's Raimi's turn to slip out.
And so
You just
Raimi
put,
slips out with a natural 1, so everyone sees him go.
You just put like a cardboard cutout of yourself right there, standing next to audience.
Actually, unfortunately, I can't roll a natural 1 because automatically it becomes a 13. Well, or excuse me, a 23.
Damn.
I might have rolled a natural 20 just to get that high.
It's, your best is just Remy's minimum. So damn, that hurts. I mean, rogues and bards with talent, with
Expertise.
ability roll, they're just, you want to strangle them. And if they choose their talent well, their abilities well, damn, you just feel like they're always rolling with advantage and plus 20 somewhere.
Thankfully, some loops got closed, but anyway. I guess Raimi goes on the search. Though, I guess if he's going down the halls and there's still, a few ambiguous bodies, he might double tap them.
You're just going behind me.
Huh. This one doesn't have the color of the monks. Just to be sure.
Well, some of them just might be really good at playing dead, and they're just waiting for their next move.
Their next move.
Yeah, no, they succeeded on their 3 death save, so they're going to take a bit of time to wake up, but if you think about it, with over 2,000 people dead, well, all right, admittedly, a lot of them, I'm counting everyone that died, including people on ships and on the boats who never actually got there. So people who died in the air, they really died, because when they hit the ground, they turned into jello. And not the one, and not your kind. But those inside a monastery, it's still a lot of people. There's still several hundred enemies that died inside of the monastery. There are those who were in the garden. There were those who tried to infiltrate through the dining hall in which you were. They were pushed back, and there's the door that actually fell. So there are a few people everywhere. So maybe you have more than enough time. You just... All right, where is he? Oh, there. I think Tobia, she probably went... Investigation roll.
23. There is the orange juice trail.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that's my teardrops on the ground.
Well, to be fair, you were hit by a truck. So...
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm still at 45 hit points. Well, probably.
Well, it's been several hours. You can easily have taken a short rest and use key points to get back hit points.
True.
So
Ah.
you can give.
Oh yeah, I probably went to full.
Yeah. Well, at the very least, you were able to spend 7 key point gaining back
Yeah.
health. That's the minimum that you could have gotten back. And you'd still be at full key point because,
Short rest.
you had a short rest while you were waiting for dinner to arrive. So
And a wank and a biscuit, and you're ready to go.
wow, that's I think the second time I heard that in my life. I completely forgot about that one.
And we could see exactly what I healed.
All right. So, doesn't take too long. With such a good investigation, you find 2 things, Remy. One, you actually managed to do let's start that again. You actually managed to find an enemy that actually had survived, and you really kill it. And
Just go to sleep. Just go to sleep.
no, please, no.
Shh.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Silent night. Holy.
Actually, there was a movie with this. I think it was called Violent Night. So all right. And the second thing you find is Tobiyashi, roaming down the hall, looking miserable. Tobiyashi, you feel like there is a cloud hanging above your head. Remy, with your investigation, you see that there is a cloud hanging above Tobiyashi.
Some lightning bolt just
Cloud.
Oh, damn. Tobiyashi picked up a curse.
Yeah, I accidentally let the ball out of my the elemental out of my ball. He's trying to attack me right now.
No,
You
he's mocking
that's what
you.
happens when you let your balls hang out.
Yeah,
Ah.
what happens? It's like, where's my crystals?
Well, at least you know that's why Remy likes you. You have shiny balls.
I mean, of all the members of the party, you do have the most balls.
True. And they just got upgraded too.
Yeah, now they're magical. Damn.
And
This is
even.
turning into a weird stream. So, all right. Well, here you go. You have Tobiyashi there, pondering, thinking.
Yeah, just walking. I'm walking straight down the hallway. Just looking forward.
Raimi will, as he's approaching you, minor illusion a rainbow in front of you.
I just walked through it. I knew he'd find me. Remy, I have to go check on my cat. I haven't seen him in. I look at my hands. Yeah, at least a year, maybe 2.
How about 3?
About 3 years.
And you,
left
Remy,
him in a
thinking
cave.
about this, is Tobiashi's 17 years old, so he hasn't seen his cat since he was 13.
Yeah, I keep going. I'm like, I left him in a cave with the rest of my everything. It should be down this way.
Is it all right if I come along?
Yeah, I was gonna show you guys this earlier, but I need to go there now.
You got stuck in the nightmare realm when you weren't supposed to show them.
Yeah,
Damn, traumatizing week for Tobiyashi, you know?
yeah.
Nightmare realm, fights, losing people, damn.
We take a right, then a left, then a right, then a left. Okay.
Well, you know, it's one of those weird passage, and you just go down the corridor, and then you turn one left right before the door, leading into a bathhouse.
Mhm.
Not latrines, bathhouse. You know, there is an actual large bath in there, but it's something that you found. You know, if you dive under and you swim and you go into that little sort of aqueduct linking the different rooms. When you think about it, especially now that you're older, uh, you sort of realize that you really were stupid when you did that, because I mean, in your mind, you had
Could've been
those
just
books.
straight water on the other
Yeah,
side.
you know, you had those books in your mind with people that says, "Oh, you know, they went under water and they started to swim, and then eventually they came out in this cave." And you had that in mind when you went in there, but now that you're older, you realize I could have drowned.
Yeah, and Remy, this is like a Remy sized like
Yeah,
space. I can only get through it now because I could
you can squeeze yourself.
mush my body. And it's kind of like a longer swim. You're like, are we gonna get air soon? Are we gonna breathe?
Well,
You see me go face first into the water.
Like, who needs to breathe?
Yeah. True.
and also, Tobiyashi, now that you know, there's probably an easier way to get there because you didn't die from asphyxiation when you were in there. So this means that there's an air
There
vent.
has to be another. Yeah, there has to be another hole out.
There's another way out. You just never found it.
Huh. Maybe I was a little rash back then. Oh, I gotta take this one out. Oh no, that's fine.
You know, and it's probably a bit odd on your end, Remy, because you see Tobiyashi going there with such conviction. You know, no doubt in his mind that it goes somewhere and there's no danger. But you just look at him squeeze himself through that little hole, and just, his body deformed a little bit. I mean, I fit, but
I mean, I fit, but
oh wow.
I'm basically just crawling and squishing through it.
Damn, some people have growth spur. Tobiyashi had an intelligence spur. Because you didn't have a whole lot back then if you tried that.
Bro.
Then again, it does fit with what you know of Tobiyashi. His entire world changed when he got his master. And he taught him so much in so little time.
Yeah, but it all went to wisdom instead of intelligence still.
Well, a few points
you
went
know.
to intelligence because...
Yeah. Just a bit.
You know, you probably had a 6 by when you did that. Now you're at least above 10, so a few points went into intelligence. You're a late bloomer for intelligence.
don't you mean a late goomer?
All right. So, you decide to follow Tobiyashi, even though it's slightly questionable. And you know, as he's pushing through, you feel that the water behind you pushing you in his direction, because the more he pushes, because he takes the entire space, the water in front of him, he just pushes it back. So anyone walking that bad space would slowly see the bad space going as he moves forward, and you feel the water pushing you forward, Remy.
It's like a suction cup.
Yeah. See, when you think about it, Dungeons and Dragons is such a weird.
This works.
Dungeons and Dragons is such a weird game. When you think about it, it takes a little bit of time, just enough that Remy starts worrying just a little bit, because you start feeling that urge to breed. But I mean, he went in with such confidence, and apparently he did that when he was 13, so it's bound to be close by. And
Fine.
just as you were hoping, suddenly Tobiashi expands back into his normal shape and starts going up, and you can go up.
I look back in terror. Wrong spot.
Turns toward Remy. Wrong direction. Go back.
This way. It was the other tub in the other room.
Well, actually, I will say, in fairness, because Raimi has been in the habit for a while of casting water breathing on the party.
The moment he saw this.
As soon as you saw water, you were like,
oh, shit. All right, well, in that case, you don't feel the urge to breathe. You just feel how Tobiashi was such a teenager when he was a teenager.
Imagine that.
Well, more of a teenager than usual, you know? The kind of teenager that you wonder how they survive teenage. Their teenage years.
Well, you know, some people, some teenage boys were more like teenage boys than others.
Don't worry, Tobiashi. It's supposed to be a compliment. Shh, don't tell him it's not. All right. So, eventually you come out and you find yourself in... You described. Maybe there's more. Maybe there's a long tunnel to go down. Maybe you're directly in your space. I don't know. You didn't tell me anything about how it looks, so go ahead. Start talking.
here it is.
And penises all over the wall.
All over the wall. No. Nude mag over there.
He really was a teenager, huh?
I think all we decided on was there was crystals in the area, but that's later. So we do like surface in this little kind of like pool of water, smaller than where we came in from.
Yeah, the other side is a bathhouse. So,
and so when we come up, there's kind of like the ledge of where the water connects, and then kind of a little bit of like steps that go up, but it's only like 3 steps onto this round circle area. Yeah, kind of on this round circle area. The water kind of goes around it, and in the middle is an empty pedestal. All around, I think I'd probably be like the roof and the sides. On the edge where the water's going through, there's like the crystal wall and everything. And then...
Remy, you recognize the crystal. There's a variant of quartz. You know, nothing that would get Tobiashi rich, but that's pretty.
Yeah. Yeah, they're shining. They're kind of gleaming off the water. I would say I do have to put on a lantern first. I forgot about that part.
I was wondering about this. I was like, okay, there's a well
I
of
would have
light
got out of the
somewhere.
water, turned on the lantern, and it's shining the whole... What does the lantern shine to?
well, with the crystal, it can reflect light and
Mm.
feel like it shines the entire space.
Yeah, lantern. So it's shining, gleaming and stuff, right on that little pedestal. Right by the pedestal is a little bag, and well, it'd probably be behind it, and it's kind of just sitting there as we walk up to it, and I go and sit down right next to it.
So the room. So just to summarize, the room is round. There's sort of a donut of water around the edge where you came out from. There's a few steps leading to a central platform, and on that platform there's a man-made pedestal or a natural pedestal.
I would say natural because that's where
Okay.
because this is where I found the scroll.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, yeah. And then yeah, behind that, I don't know, it's either a bag or a chest. I didn't really decide. It'd probably be a test so I could keep things safe. And it's kind of just right next to the pedestal. Dusty. It smells musty in here, like stagnant water.
Well,
I don't know.
it's a bad house, so the water still runs a little bit.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And yeah, that's what it looks like. Very beautiful. I sit next to the chest, and like, all right, start opening it, and there you are, as you're walking up behind me. I'm like, Remy, meet Stuffy, and I I put my hand into the chest, and I pull it out, and it is a stuffed animal of like a little mountain cat, or some kind of. You're not really sure.
The
It's a little
shape
old.
the shape is reminiscent of a bobcat.
Yeah,
Roughly this is the right shape and size.
the
It
tail.
it looks probably a little worn.
Yeah, like someone's favorite blanket that they've had for like years.
Well, one question that I might want to ask then, because you didn't give me a lot of information about this, how long have you
Yes.
had it? How worn out is it? Is it something that you found in the village? Is it something that was in the basket with you when you were delivered at the monastery?
I think it would have been. I think it would have been my first item. So it would have been. I think in the basket's good. In the basket with me when I came.
Okay.
That's a good idea. And yeah, there's that. And then after that, I pull out.
So, from your perspective, Remy, a doll like this, a puppet doll
The
like
worn.
this, worn out like this, Tobiashi probably had so many adventures with this little thing. He probably dragged it everywhere. It probably went through the same thing you just went through dozens
A
of
couple of
times.
times. Yeah.
It probably seen things that people shouldn't see. Because, Tobiashi was the kind of person that would go inside of a sewer hole in the bad house to find
Secret things.
secret rooms. So,
Yeah.
Secret tunnels.
Yeah, it has like a wear and tear. Like it looks like it has a bitten like piece of its ear kind of like bitten off, or like maybe one of the buttons for the eyes is coming out a little bit.
you're just surprised that there's no mold on it because it's been sitting there for a while.
After I do that, I place it kind of like on my shoulder, so it's sitting right next to me and watching what I'm grabbing from inside the box. Like there's Stuffy, and then you see it. I put my hand back into the box, and it's kind of like, and it looks a little bit newish, but it's a little kid-sized pan flute. Looks child-sized, and kind of matching the color of my cloak. a tiny, well, not tiny, but good size pink blanket. Um, it might have looked like it got stolen from a baby. Who knows? It is torn up. Like if I used to wear it as my cloak. And
Remy, I just sent you a message.
I mean, Remy's first thought is relief, since, if that had been a real cat, like it probably would have been dead a long time ago, left in this cave.
and then I have the last use of the scroll, so I'll take that kind of like out of the scroll. And I put them kind of like in a circle around me. In a circle around me, the pan flu and then the bobcat and that, and then I'm also gonna take the coin out of that little pouch and I'm gonna put it with it now. And I kind of just lay there. Well, I sit there just looking at him, not saying much. Like, I miss this stuff so much.
The like Remy goes over, sits down in front of you. Why'd you go and leave it behind?
Well, I thought it would be safer here, but I guess that's not true anymore. That's all I had for a very long time. So I thought I'd leave it in the safest place I could. At least this cave didn't fall down in the attack.
Something echoes in the room. So why did you leave me?
Amy slowly turns his head toward the chest.
Tobiashi? I mean, in your memories, that little bobcat, you had so many adventures with it. And you talked to it so often. And of course, as with every single imaginary friend, it answered. So right now,
It's
for
just
you,
normal to
it's
me.
a reflex. It's sort of a reflex in your mind.
Yeah.
You heard your bobcat ask you, why did you leave me then? But here's the problem. For you, you act as if it's so normal, so natural.
Yeah, I just look at it, I'm like,
Remy, you just heard that.
I thought you'd be safe here. Like I said, I thought everything was safe here, but I guess I just bring trouble wherever I go, whoever I meet. They're never safe.
You said I'd be able to come with you everywhere, that we'd have so many adventures, that we'd see the world.
I know. Well, things changed, and
Why did you have to change? Remy, you're hearing everything. That for you, Tobiashi, it's sort of a normal conversation. Although probably right
staring,
now,
not
because
making eye contact.
because
Yeah,
your
I'm just staring at it.
senses have gone up since you were 13. There's probably one thing that would feel weird right now. Well, one, there's there's Remy, who's looking at you with really wide eyes, his beak open, and there's a sound that coming out of his voice, but then it hits you. He has an echo?
Well, I don't know. Keep going. hearing it echo off the walls, I'm like, I might just be tired. A lot went on. I thought I would go make something for us and then come back and bring you with me. I don't think I'd be gone that long. I'm sorry about that. I pick it up and I'll give it a hug.
Remy, one of the things that I wrote is becoming very obvious to you because it's just perfectly synchronized. So there's no way Tobiashi sees it. But it's not synchronized with you, so you actually see it pretty well. You hear the voice. You abandoned me. I was waiting for you to come back.
I'm gonna need you to take a step back.
What are you talking about?
He wants to take you away from me.
Oh, God. Wait, Remy? Wait. What? Can you... Wait, can he hear you? Stuffy?
Clear as day.
I kind of hold it, like if I'm holding a cat, over, kind of like away from me. I look at it, kind of like I tilt my head and look at it with the shining light gleaming off of it.
Just because for a brief moment, your new nature kicks in, your desire to absorb everything that's happening in front of you pushes you to do something that your normal body wouldn't have been able to do. You skip a blink with your eyes, and you see the cat blink in front of you. Just as the desire to blink came in you, but you pushed it away.
What? Wait, so you've actually been talking to me this whole time? Like even back then?
We were friends. You said I was
that
your
hasn't
best
changed.
friend.
You still are. I don't have any other best friends.
Then why are you pushing me away?
I know, it's weird that someone else could hear you. You've talked to me before with other people around.
I never needed to. You talked to me before, but you stopped. And you left. And you abandoned me.
I didn't. I had to. I thought you were in a safe place. I kept you safe.
Maybe just making like the.
You left me alone in this dark place. For years. I waited for you. All I had was the putrid smell of your human friends stinking up this place.
What are you?
I was your friend.
God. Okay.
Why does no one ever listen to me?
I think I'm going to quickly go to put him back into the box.
And there you go, abandoning him again.
I feel like this is a good place to take a break. Tobiashi gets to absorb what's happening right now.
Let me bring you with me. We could adventure again. I don't know.
No, but he wants an adventure, all right, but just between the two of you.
All right, so how about it? Take a little break Absorb
Yeah.
the fact that
That sounds good.
everything goes weird right now.
I couldn't, it's not like Kobayashi's going to crash out from any more trauma that's going to happen to him today.
No.
I mean, might as well kill his stuffed toy friend.
God. What am I, Spider-Man now? When did this happen?
It happened the moment I started asking you question about whether you wanted to have a pet cat.
Well, I mean, if you really wanted to be Spider-Man, then at some point the devil would have to undo your marriage.
Bro.
Unfortunately, the only marriage you have is the one with Remy. Damn, you go back to where you were.
Damn.
All right, so with this, we're gonna give Tobiashi a little bit of time to reabsorb what was supposed to happen and what's happening right now. And who knows, maybe when we come back from the break, we have a fight. See you in 15 minutes.
And friends.
Bye. Hello, and we're back. Oh, and look at that. We got a battlefield. Yeah, I had to improvise. I thought about...
I didn't know you were keeping a deck of many things in here.
I thought about opening my software to make a dungeon map, but if I did that, the resource would have been allocated in priority to the software making, the map making software. So OBS would have taken a back seat, and that would have been really bad. So we improvised. Well, I improvised. We don't need marsh sound, although, I mean, with the description that that Stuffy gave, marsh sound may actually fit what he lived through. All right. So you put down Stuffy in front of you. And as you put him down, he starts growing a little bit larger. Same size as a large dog. So medium size for Dungeons and Dragon purposes.
Like, Jorg, have you been playing a prank on us?
This whole time.
Not funny.
Jorg. All right, well, what do you say to your Stuffy, who looks a little mad at you?
I look at him growing. I'll say to him, we don't have to not be friends. I could bring you with me. We could go on more adventures that I've not been on yet. I have friends with me now.
Talk about saying the
We
wrong
could all be
thing.
friends, man.
Friends that you chose over me. Friends that you went with and left me here.
I didn't leave them for you. They weren't even my friends at first. I hate half of them. Well, I mean, some of them.
You know, now that I think about it, why do I hang out with them?
You know, why am I with them? You got the right idea, Stuffy, dude.
But you went with them. You did the things that you said you'd do with me with them. You brought back one of them.
So we can meet you.
And now you're abandoning me again. You've put me on the floor. You stepped away. Why are you leaving?
Because I feel like you're dangerous.
Friendship is always dangerous.
I remember acting like this before.
Because you never abandoned me before.
I've left you here before, sometimes.
Remy, you recognize in the cat the posture of a cat preparing itself to pounce. You know, that little way they have into lowering their head and their ears is going flat. Well, one ear going flat because he did say that one ear was missing. So it makes for a bit of a surreal look because one eye is slightly out of its socket.
That just makes it creepier. To be clear, it's still like dimly lit in here, or is it like well lit, or?
It's dimly lit. It's not blinding, but there are still a little bit of shadows everywhere. It's basically a small lantern that gives off just enough light that it reaches the sides where there are those crystal formation, reflecting enough light to light up the entire room, but there are long shadows everywhere.
Okay, great. So it's like seeing where this conversation's going. Like Arabia is going to reach his hands into the shadows and like pull from it a shadowy blade and fling it at the cat.
All right. Well, with this,
I gotta. Well,
I think it's a good place to roll initiative.
I don't even know if I could react in time.
That's okay. You can say you are surprised for the first round. It's really in character.
Okay, so it's the
Look, Raimi hasn't seen Chucky, but he's seen Chucky.
Right, initiative.
So anything can make sense. So Tobiyashi, you could say that you.
I was gonna try to catch it, but I don't know if I can.
Well, it will depend on the initiative. Well, definitely Remy does something before you. So he has a round first.
I just rolled another natural 20.
Well, obviously, the adrenaline kicks in the moment you see that blade just being flung at your dear old friend. But still, Remy, what's your initiative?
Oh, I should probably roll it. Sorry.
Yeah. I could finally use deflect missiles. My God.
You've used it once before. You actually managed it before.
Oh yeah, I have. I don't know if I could reach the damages that much though.
I mean, 23, but I don't think that's enough anyway.
For initiative? Yeah, mine's...
You, Tobiyashi, you're with your dexterity. I think that gives 24, 25?
Yeah, I'm 24.
24.
My natural 20 is a 24. God, you're always so close.
All right. Well...
Oh, it is a reaction, too. I gotta be hit by it. I can't do it for other people.
Damn.
Tragic.
All right. So, Remy, you throw the sword, you step around Tobiyashi, and you strike the animal. It's an actual deal. All right. Let's make it official. A little bit of combat music.
Oh, God.
All right. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. You got to choose between your Tobiyashi. You got to choose between your best friend and your husband.
Just keep in mind that your husband's attacks hurt a lot.
They do. I don't know how much my best friend hits for.
So, well,
I'm just like, what?
You flung the sword, so apparently Tobiyashi was surprised for this first round. So, Remy?
Yeah.
How?
Okay, so I make an attack roll.
Oh yeah. Is it a range attack roll or a melee attack roll?
I made a ranged attack roll since I don't actually know how close I was to.
Well, I placed you that you were right next to Tobiyashi, so if you make one step forward, you won't have to throw it above Tobiashi's head, and you'll be 5 feet away.
It's like, is Tobiashi basically giving them partial cover, or is this me just trying to avoid hitting Tobiashi?
Well, it's you trying to avoid Tobiashi, so yeah. I'd say it's partial cover, because Tobiashi's in front of you. He's probably kneeling as he was putting him down, so he's partially obscuring your field of attack. But if you want to make a step forward, you could go around that little problem.
No. All right. In which case, I guess Raimi would move to.
Would you see it better with the black?
I9.
I9. Okay, in melee range of the little cat.
And just stab it instead.
Go ahead.
Now, I guess this is going to tell me some things about this thing.
Yeah, I just scream. I'm like, wait, we don't have to do. And then Remy just going in for the kill.
So since this, for everybody's reference, since I haven't cast this spell yet, Raimi cast Shadow Blade. Like, so in dim light or darkness, he has advantage on his attack rolls. Or rather, targets in dim light or darkness. That'll be a 25 to hit.
That is enough.
Okay, so that's gonna be 2d8. I guess since I was in melee range, I probably would have used, just because it's made of, just because it's a doll, I would have probably used Green Flame Blade, which is another spell I hadn't used yet. So it's like, set that bitch on fire.
Damn.
Oh wait, actually, hold on. Actually, that's playing in weird rules territory. Nix on the Green Flame Blade.
Okay. Well, that's okay. It's gonna traumatize Tobiashi less. That's okay.
Okay. Let's see. 12. Sneak attack dice. 16. 19. 21. 26. 21. 37. So that'll be 42 psychic damage.
Damn. Okay. Psychic damage. So of course, when the blade strikes and you graze the little animal, not because he doesn't feel the attack, just because you haven't pushed him under 50% hit point. But it's a normal attack. Don't worry. He doesn't seem to have resistance to psychic damage.
I was worried about immunity because, like, there was a real chance that this was a construct that was immune to poison and psychic. So
he does have immunity, but not psychic.
That's all I care about. Actually, be hilarious if you were immune to bludgeoning damage because he was a stuffed animal.
Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, so it's like that's just Raimi's immediate reaction to a negotiation ? Turning sour.
Oh shit!
and not really sure if Tobiashi was an ally in this fight, so he pulled out the Shadow Blade for an advantage.
All right. Tobiashi, Raimi just hit your cat. You have that moment of, and I mean, because you're surprised on that first round because you said it
All
yourself.
right.
You don't know what you're doing.
I lightning bolt Remy. No,
Well, technically,
looking around.
you said you wouldn't know how to respond, so you
Yeah.
can be surprised if you want. Which means you'd skip this turn and you start on the other one.
I think after the initial attack, I don't know what's gonna happen next, so I'm just like, yeah, just go. Wait, stop, and then I'm going to walk up to Duffy at K10, and I am going to
So you step back one.
yeah, over to J10.
J10. Okay.
I guess
this
up.
way.
Yeah, J10.
All right. Your back is on the pedestal. You're just trying. Wait. Stop.
Yeah, I kind of like go over him and I start to hug him. Kind of like, not like a grapple attempt, but like I go to hug him.
Well,
Like
technically,
if I'm
it is a
protecting
grapple
something.
attempt. So
Like if I'm trying to protect something that's low to the ground. So it's a grapple attempt, right?
yeah, if you wanted.
Yeah, kind of hug him, restrain him. What is that? What do I roll for that again? It's a contest?
Yep.
Damn, strength against strength. I think I'm stronger than a stuffed
He can
animal.
have dexterity because escaping is strength or dexterity.
Yeah. Alright, let's see. It's an 11.
Oh, it's a 23.
Oh,
It
God.
just slips out using dexterity.
Alright, I tried again with my silk.
All right.
I only accept hugs from my best friend.
Oh, God, that's horrible. 10.
11.
Oh, oh, wait. I could, I can focus aim. I will use I'll use 2 key points to improve my roll +2. So it's a 12.
I believe that only works on attack rolls.
A grapple's not an attack?
Well, technically, yes.
It's an attack, but it's ultimately fueled by an ability check.
All right.
I'm not meaning to piss on your parade.
I think that is.
Well, it's just exactly what you did.
Let's see. Reaction? No, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Cat's turn. Okay, Cat's turn. Oh, that's supposed to be highlighted. Where is it? Okay. There it is. And it doesn't use any key points. Aw, that's so nice. Stuffy looks at you, Remy, and says, I can do that too. And you just disappear in the shadows. You have a brief moment of, ah, damn it.
Oh, there he goes.
And then he reappears, attacking you, spending 1 key point to do flurry of blows. and unleashing itself on you. I need another dice. Where's the other dice? There it is.
It's just a tiny cat attacking you a bunch of times.
Well, it's the size of a medium creature, so it grew in size. Essentially, it's as if it was something casted in large on it. It went from small to medium. Alright, so with flurry of blows, it disappears in the shadow, it reappears, and it strikes at you from behind. The first attack, having advantage, because he's using the Shadow Monk ability, Shadow Step, which gives advantage if he steps through the shadow and reappears an attack, is a natural 20.
If this thing is using monk abilities, they probably aren't ones that hit that hard, so I'm not going to Silvery Barbs it.
Okay. The next one is 18, and then another natural 20.
For that one, I will, since it seems like it's the last attack, I'll use my reaction to have the damage of the second attack.
Okay. So, the first attack and
I'd like to drop 29,000 gold on top of his head.
Well, you know, it may not be a bad idea. Okay, so the first one is... the first critical strike is... why am I so slow to count? 19 points of slashing damage. 18 doesn't hit. 18 doesn't hit. And the last one is 17 points of slashing damage, which you said you reduce.
I'm taking a total of 27. I succeeded on both of my concentration saves.
Yeah, 27 points of slashing damage. And gonna use... Well, first one, key point. Stunning strike you. Con save.
Wait, alright, in which case we need to hold off on the first damage. That's actually something you really ought to declare first, because that might affect the other rolls. Well, I guess it can't really affect the rolls from there, but
okay,
you know what I mean?
I don't mind. It can be the last one. I'll just have one. That's okay.
I mean, I guess it ultimately didn't matter because they're rolling with advantage, but that's actually a very key piece of information.
Okay.
I don't know how high their DC is, but 17?
That is enough.
Okay.
I think it might be the same as mine, which is scary to think about. 16.
Who knows?
Sorry, it's not the same as mine.
No, it's the same as the other Tobiyashi.
As the other Tobiyashis. All right.
All right. That's attack. That's bonus action. Doesn't have any reaction. He teleported. That's everything he can do. Oh, well. Oh, yeah. He teleported. Gave himself advantage. I have to update the map. That was like this. And we go back to the top of the initiative with you, Remy! Having suffered the fury of blow from a cap. Oh, come on! Get away from me! Shoo! Your turn. No, that's right. Tobiyashi 24 beat you by 1. So Tobiyashi, it's your turn.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because of the whole... Yeah.
I'm sorry, Stuffy. I didn't want to have to do this.
He's my friend.
I'm gonna pull out my sword whip belt buckle. And
Oh man, that's so
kinda
many
like
bad
I'm
images.
like I'm whipping him with a belt. No,
It's so
I
many
turned it
bad
into a
images. Merry Christmas!
getting beat on Christmas. I am going to change it into. Doesn't matter what I change it into. Yes, it does. No damage stays. It's just what I can do with it. How far away is it from you?
5 feet. And because of the angle, if you have natural 1, you hit Remy.
Yeah. I'll bring out the longsword.
Okay.
And I will move over to J9. Back to where I was, basically.
Yeah.
And I'm
You're
going to try to hit him
dancing.
twice. With the first one, I'm going to try to do the same thing he did to Remy. I'll declare it now. I try to stunning. I could stunning strike with the sword, right?
Yeah, it just says melee weapon.
Melee weapon. Okay.
Yeah, you can use the monk weapon or your fists.
All right. So first attack. We'll see. I have to see if it hits, though, right?
Yeah, usually.
Oh.
That's how it
27 to hit.
That's enough.
All right. Then he needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh goodness, what's happening here? Hold on, let's 17.
Who just makes it? Mine's 16.
All right.
All right. Well, I'll roll damage for that one. It's changed. Okay. Whatever. Um, 12 damage. Wait. I think it changed my longsword damage. It's still having that glitch. How much does the longsword do?
A D8.
Yeah, D8.
If you're using two
Yeah,
hands, it
that's what it
becomes a D10.
T10.
Okay,
D10
then it is. It's 12 then. Yeah, it's 12.
Okay.
Because all my damage is 1d12, 1d10 now. When they updated the rules, it fucked up Monk
Okay. Yeah.
trying to play in the future edition. Or
Well, fucked up is a bit of a interesting choice of words, but
yeah, it gave me a buff. That one hits, and then I'm going to do that damage, slashing damage, and then with this next attack, I am going to. Let me see what it says real quick. I want to see if I could do that. To one attack. Okay. Does it say with? No, it just says an attack. Okay. I am going to make another attack, but I'm going to add Thunderous Punch onto it with the key point. It says with an attack. I don't know if that counts the same as Stunning Strike does, but that classifies melee weapon. This one just says an attack.
Okay.
So let's see if it hits first. Uh, 25 to
That's
hit.
enough.
God. All right. And then I'm going to roll
It's not a
that.
world boss capable of destroying an entire village. It's the stuffed animal that's
Yeah.
angry. It doesn't have 10 armor class, but it also doesn't have 25, you know?
And then I add martial arts damage bonus. So that's the 6, right? 8. So 8 being slashing damage and another 6 being thunder damage. As when I hit it, it kind of sounds like if I hit a big rock that cracked down the middle of it.
Okay.
And then a lot of key points. I'm just going all in. I'm gonna Fury of Bless him. I'm sorry. I just start ripping the stuffing out of him.
Well, he's not even. He's not at 50%. So technically, right now, it's just
19
you're
to hit.
grazing him. How much?
19.
You barely hit it, but you hit it.
Okay.
You rummaged around in your chest and found some stuffed animals, appropriate not chainmail, heavy plate.
12 points of fisting damage, and then next one. 12 to hit. Doesn't make it.
No, 12 is not enough.
Last one doesn't hit. I start sobbing as I'm beating the shit out of him, and I can't hit the last punch.
Stuffy, why? Why?
Why are you making me do this?
You abandoned me.
You made me do this.
You
You
abandoned
made
me.
me do
You're abandoning me again. You're choosing your friends again. Those friends.
You're trying to attack us.
Who
You can't
weren't
just attack
there
my
for
friend.
you. They weren't there for you when you were crying. I was. Remy, it's your turn.
Damn.
Remy's gonna stab it again.
You got those two.
Right now, Stuffy, just stop.
Tobiashi's
Oh, cool.
crying.
Here's my natural 20.
Uh,
Fuck you, Stuffy.
Oh, no, Stuffy, please. This doesn't have to happen like this.
5.
A natural 20 on Stuffy.
15. 22. I keep forgetting to get more dice. Or get more dice out.
What, you mean you didn't ask for more dice during Christmas? What kind of a D&D player are you?
5, 9, 31, 32, 36.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have at least 15 pounds of
39.
dice, are you really a D&D player?
45,
True.
50, 53, 55, 59, 63, so 68 psychic damage.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Well, you hit it, and you know you don't tear anything out, but the proximity of the blade and the fact that it's there, as Tobiashi is screaming, "Why are you doing this?" and you hear the cat is, "You're abandoning me again."
We're getting a divorce.
It's like, your Stuffy's possessed. He doesn't actually say that.
Well, he can't say it because he's never heard that before. But you want to say it.
I might as well just... Actually, you know what? Just in case, and since I'm not using my bonus action for anything else, I'll try to hit it with my Hunter Bloodhound.
Just in case.
Okay.
It's like pulling out the dagger and attempting a stab. Soft 20.
That is enough.
That will be... Oh, right, yeah, don't add that. So it would just be 4 piercing.
I'll tell you what how much hit point he has right now, but after the fight. So, I just want to know if. Okay. Right. Goddamn roguish intuition. No, because when the fight when this round started, I knew exactly what he was gonna do, and now you just put a dent into what I wanted to do. Because the moment all of this happened, you hear him say, "You can't hit what you can't see," and then the entire room goes black.
Ha! Eat it, bitch!
God damn it.
Well,
He used the ability of the Shadow Monk to cast darkness. It's magical darkness.
well, I can't see. Well, I have attained a tremor sense, so
You can only see him at short range.
on the ground too.
You feel him move away, and he uses one key point to... Well, Remy, technically you'd get an attack of opportunity as he's disengaging, but he's using a one key point to take the dodge action as a bonus action. Meaning...
Mark out.
Well, actually, I can't make a
that's
attack
right.
against it since it's not a target I can see.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just a precaution he's taking, just in case. So, he's moving away. I have to keep in mind where he is. But it's an action to do this, which means he can't attack. To cast darkness, I mean, it's an action.
Yeah.
So he can't attack. He just hid himself. So, Tobiashi, what is the range of your tremor sense?
10 feet.
10 feet. In that case, he is not in your range right now. You felt him move away toward the edge, toward the I-5, but the moment he stepped 10 feet away, he disappeared. So he could be anywhere. It's a cat, and he can teleport, so could be anywhere. Which means we go back to the top of the initiative with Remy.
Maybe.
I know, Tobiashi, sorry.
He keeps forgetting because
I keep getting them in the wrong order.
Yeah.
we had a weird first round.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit. What do I do?
I mean, you could just move around a little bit to see if you run into it.
I start moving around, kind of like, let's see, in a circle, kind of like right underneath the first black line that's near us.
Okay.
So in a complete circle around.
So you go to J6 and then you just follow that? Is that it?
Yeah.
Alright, so
For about 50
you
feet.
still don't see him. 15, and you go up or you go down?
Down.
20, 25, 30. At 30 feet of movement, you feel him.
Yes.
The map is going to update in a moment.
Yep.
So after 30 feet of movement, you feel him. He is 10 feet away from you.
Okay. I'll move up 1.
Okay.
So
So you have
M9.
35 feet of movement in total.
Yep. And then I'm gonna try to strike him twice again. Do I just hit the same?
Yeah, you've got tremor sense, so you can feel him
Okay.
moving.
All right, longsword.
So it's
I'll do something on the last attack.
okay.
Nope. 14.
That's not enough.
I gotta be able to hit him. Come on. One time. 23.
That is enough.
Right, and then let me read this. A successful attack. All right. I'm gonna mark him.
Okay.
With combat insightfulness. I receive a +1 to hit the target, a +1 against AC against the target, +1 on dexterity saving throws against the target, and I know where it's at, wherever it goes.
Okay.
And then I am going to. Yeah, wait. Let me take off that key point real quick. I'm going to use another key point. Bonus action. Wait, that wasn't a bonus action, right? Yeah, okay. And I am going to attack him with my fist. I'm going to fist him.
How much damage was the first strike?
Oh yeah, huh? Forget about
That'd probably
that.
be a good thing to know.
Yeah, it would. Ooh, 7 points of damage.
That's okay. You're not convinced about what you're doing. It's you're
Yeah.
attacking your old best friend.
All right, next attack. It has a +1 on it. 16. Oh,
16 is not enough.
another one. Oh, natural 1.
Ooh.
The tears are too much. It's blocking my tremor sense.
Yeah, you just keep feeling the tears falling on the ground, and it just keeps doing this bing 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 bing.
What's even weirder is that it's like like they're orangey tears. They taste so good, but they feel so bad.
No, Remy,
Rainbow
you don't know what's happening, but there's suddenly this fragrance spreading through the room of orange, and it's like these little arcane fragrance dispenser, that you've seen in some stores. So Tobyashi's not bleeding to death, but man, the air feels so fresh.
And that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. All right, Remy, it's your turn. You don't know where he is, but fortunately, you struck him right before he vanished with your hunting dagger. So, go ahead.
It just kind of and then basically kind of throws it behind himself and just
Now, wouldn't it be something? You throw it behind yourself and then you just feel it go right past your ear. Whoa, okay.
It's like, oh wait, shit, maybe I shouldn't do that. So, and luckily, I can actually take my bonus action to steady aim to actually, since I won't get disadvantage for the attack, I can just give myself advantage.
Yeah. So for those watching, because it is not disadvantage being countered by advantage, it is simply he cannot be imposed disadvantage. He can absolutely give himself advantage.
That's a 28 to hit.
Oh, that's enough.
Let's see.
So do you want to do another
D4.
60 points of damage?
Well, I can't do that outside of a critical hit,
Damn.
I think. Hold on.
I feel like I remember a 70-something, 71 or 72 damage at one point. was a critical.
Oh yeah, that's because I managed to get a critical while I was using the sorcerer's bow, and I used a spell slot.
Okay.
It's like it's a bit difficult to get that high without the aid of magic.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see, I have a D4. 2, 5, 9, 15, 19, 22, 25. So that's going to be 31 piercing from the dagger.
Damn.
Oh, yeah, okay. You know when you're there with your calculator and you're subtracting the damage and you look at the answers? Why did I even... never mind.
Why did I even?
Yeah, obviously that's the answer. Come on.
Oh, okay, it's like, why did I bother putting it into the calculator kind of thing.
Yeah, you know, it's like when someone has, I'm attacking the monster. I'm doing 11 points of damage. All right, 111 minus 11. Oh, come on, what did I?
But yeah, I have to end my turn because that was a steady aim, so
That's okay.
it takes my movement and my bonus action.
All right.
And then the good boy comes back to his hand.
Yeah. You smile at yourself, feeling a little cocky about what you just did. Ha! And then you hear coming from behind you, because he just disappeared and decides to attack you again. You just hear this voice coming from behind you, Remy, saying, "Give me back my friend!" And he attacks you, Remy.
Well,
So we mentioned that your friends suck.
A little bit possessive, but, you know. Alright. Ouch. Okay. And... well, that's easy to count. Flurry of blows, giving you 4 attack. First one, 25.
Since he's probably going to try for another stunning strike, I'm just going to shield now so they at least have the AC.
Alright, so your AC goes to...
It still hits, but I'm just preemptively using this now.
Okay.
Well, because he can choose to stunning strike on the first attack. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. Which means it's... Alright. So it hits. It's not a critical hit, but it hits. It is 9 points of damage, and he does go for a stunning strike. Constitution save.
15.
15 is not enough. You just
Ouch.
barely missed
16.
it.
Oh, he has a 15.
he does have 16 too, yes.
Oh my god, he does have mine. That's not fair.
I mean, look, I'm a level away from having a higher Constitution save modifier.
All right. The second one is 22.
Which will miss.
26.
That'll hit.
Minimum damage. Come on, that's mean. 6 points of damage. Slashing damage. And 27.
And that'll also hit.
Jesus Christ.
10 points of damage. No, it's super funny because I look at the progression of the damage, and it's literally 3 numbers that follows one another on the attack. You know, like 10, 11, 12. Okay. And 1 missed. All right. So he's tearing into you, Remy. Well, he's not that dangerous because he's still the stuffed toy, but anyways. As he's
Well, he's definitely burning through his key points.
Yeah, that's good.
So, Tobiyashi, you hear it from a distance, probably sort of giving you an idea of where he is when it's like, "Give me back my friend!" And he just starts clawing you, Remy.
Well, he's marked now for me. I could see him.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
and
know where he's
now,
at.
Remy, you know where he is because he's on your back mauling you. So, yeah, we go to the top of the initiative.
It's like, now I know where he is. I got him right where I want him.
I do have a question.
Yep.
How high is the ceiling in here?
You tell me. It's your room. Be honest.
I'm hoping for 25 feet.
So be honest. 25 feet is a little high. Would your room have been 25 feet?
All right, it's probably more like 15. I thought it was 25 when I was a kid, but it's probably more like 15.
All right.
Just like how you felt like every adult was just like so old.
Yeah, true.
Like 14.
So, well, here's a way that you can answer, and don't look at the battlefield. Is your room a dome?
Yes.
Then it is 25 feet.
Let's go. I do want to ask a question. How much is yeah, actually I could just look it up.
But to have 25 feet on each side, you have to be dead in center of the room. Just saying.
Oh, dead in the center.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm looking at the room right
it's a
now,
dome.
and if it's a
Yeah.
dome, the room is exactly 25 feet in every direction. If you're standing at the center of the room.
Although, while we're creating stuff in this room, oh, when did Tobiyashi find a staff of the Magi?
What? You mean there was a bomb here all the time?
Damn it. That's where I get the ideas from. I'm trying to see something. Okay. I won't do that then.
Well, okay.
I'll use it in a different area because I know I could fall pretty hard and not hurt. I am going to run back up to him. I 8, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, 25 feet.
Oh, 25.
I am then going to I think I should just damage him. Yeah. All right. First attack. Longsword.
Go ahead.
Ooh. 15.
15 is not enough.
I said 19 and it was just enough. I don't have enough key points for that. And then another longsword. Hit. Hut. Hut. 20.
What?
20?
20
Not
is
natural
enough,
20.
yes.
20 is enough. Okay.
I was just
And then I am
hearing knee.
going-
Wait, knee? What's the... All right. 20 is enough.
All right. So first,
The stream is brought to you by the letter V.
Yeah, once per turn. Okay. I'm going to use the 1 key point for Thunderous Attack again.
Okay.
And then can you do 2 effects at once or no?
It depends on how it's described. If it's described that you just have to use a key point and it's not a bonus action or reaction or something like this, yes, you can.
Okay. Then I will use another key point to add Stunning Strike to it. So I'm going to roll the damage first.
Mm-hmm.
Double-handed. God, I keep rolling a 1. So that's 13 points of damage, and then he needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
And it is... and Constitution is... So it is 17.
Damn it, right above it again. All right, let's keep going. Another one, and then I'm going to do Fury of Blows. I'm at, just to let you know, 3 key points now.
Okay.
And I'm going to make this smite damage. Radiant.
Okay.
22 to hit for the first one.
That is enough.
And that is... Oh my god, it was almost a 1 again. It's 11 points of damage.
Okay.
And then next one. Oh, an 11 to hit.
Oh, that would have been so cinematic. All right. You missed.
Ugh. And then, yeah, I don't have enough. It's 2, so... Nope, I'd only get to 17. That's bullshit. That'll be the end of my turn.
All right, you strike him. You strike him. You strike him again. The flash of light from the last blow. You know, you sort of see for a brief moment his face just light up and disappear because of the darkness around.
Yeah, I can't even trust my own best friend.
He could say the same thing. Remy, it's your turn.
You started this.
And I do nothing because I am stunned.
Oh yeah, that's right. Then it's his turn. What is he going to do? I don't know. He's going to follow this scenario. There's a reason to the madness. He will not provoke an attack of opportunity by poofing, and once again attacking Remy because he's mad at you like hell. Remy, you're stealing his friend.
I feel like I should drown him.
Alright, he's attacking you, Remy. Oh man, that's really bad. Okay, that's decent. That's even better. Oh, that's bad. Natural! Natural 1 for the first attack! You're starting to unfreeze, and because of that, you were able to just dodge out of the way. The second attack is 22.
And 22 hits.
Yeah, that's right, because you're still...
Yeah, I can't react. Stun sucks. The only thing that sucks worse is paralyzed.
That does suck. If it actually works, ever.
So, 8 points of damage. Then he tries to stun you again! Because he really hates your
God.
guts!
Nope, nothing doing.
Meaning you rolled above or below?
No, I rolled a 13.
Damn, you're... Oh, you rolled... no, you rolled a total of 13, so you're still...
Yeah.
You're stunned again! Damn, 28.
Tragic.
Oh man, it was almost maximum damage. 6 points of slashing damage.
Six, almost maximum. 6 points.
No, it was almost. It went there. I saw the 0, and then come on. All right, and the last one is a 14 to attack. So even though you're stunned, it doesn't hit. Well,
Should I do the gladiator thing where like I hug him, but he's like suffocating in my shoulders?
oh, it's your choice. You go back to the top of the initiative, and it's your turn.
Yeah, if I kill him anyway, I could make it look like how I want, right?
Yeah. But right now, he's not losing any stuffing, so.
Oh, I thought he was gonna die. Okay. We go back at it. I go over to J11. And I am going to attack him twice again.
All right.
Go. I could use an action. No, but I don't want Remy to die. Well, I don't think he would, but I'm sick of Remy keeping getting hit. Okay.
I don't want Remy to die. I just want him to die, not die.
Yeah. I was gonna fill up my Hydra tooth with oil and then light him on fire, but
Merry Christmas, everyone!
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Go ahead. Gotta
Oh,
do it.
29.
29 is enough to hit.
All right, and that one is going to have. Yeah, that one will have the extra. No, I won't use that yet.
So that's why the next one is a natural one. You're
Nice. 15 points of damage.
all right.
And then the next one is gonna see if it hits. Oh wait, that is going to be a 20. After I use a key point. Oh yeah, after I use a key point.
Okay, that is enough.
And then on that one, I will. Yeah, I'll use a key point. We gotta get this done as fast as we can. We got people to see.
What's the damage?
22
Okay.
with the key point that I used.
Okay.
22 points of slashing and mixed with thunder damage.
Damn. I mean, you don't see any of this, but you hear.
Boom! Yeah, I just you just see it flashing. It's like I'm freaking Zenitsu from Demon Slayer. No.
You going again with the last 2 hit with Radiant?
The last 2 hit with Radiant, yeah.
Come on! Give it to me again!
What if this is fueling him? Last 2 hits with Radiant.
Yeah, actually, he's just increasing hit points. He's not losing.
16.
Stop it,
and
Toyoshi. You're making him stronger.
27
To hit?
for the last one.
That is enough.
Yeah, 27. Yeah, the first one I rolled 16.
Oh, okay.
And this is going to be 12 points of radiant damage.
Alright. You strike him with your sword. Strike him with your sword. You try and strike him once with your fists. He managed to dodge it, but you notice that he seems to be slightly distracted, so you punch him again. The shock of light strikes him. You see his head is going, and the light just spreads everywhere as you hit him. The darkness fades. He's just there with his face like this for a brief moment, and as he moves his face back and toward him, you see his shape going smaller and smaller and smaller, going back to the size of a stuffed animal. You see this black mist just pouring out of him and pouring out as he grows smaller and smaller, and you just hear, "Why are you doing this to me again? Why are you leaving to me again? I was your friend. I was there. I came with you. I came with you. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this again?" And his demeanor changes completely. He goes from very aggressive to very sad.
I go and I'm gonna pick him up, and I kind of put him in a, what are those things called? I wrap him up in like a baby, like a what like swaddle him. Yeah, I swaddle him with my silk, as tightly as I can. I'm like, don't worry, it's never gonna happen again. I break his neck. No, I'm kidding.
That's why it's never gonna happen again. Okay.
I'm taking you and all my stuff with me this time. Remy. Oh shit, Remy. Remy, are you okay? Remy.
You see scratch mark. You see scratch mark everywhere on him. His back is missing half of the feathers there because all of the back attack he did. Well, Remy, you slowly unfreeze. You know, it was the back attack. I mean, it happened with small cat before, you know, when they just arrive and they in your back and you just go. That was that kind of a stunning strike, you know.
I feel like I hate cats. Don't worry, I'll never leave you again. You'll never be alone ever again. I'm with you now. Tears mix.
Remy, because you do have a little bit of arcane knowledge, you weren't far off in the beginning when you said he was possessed. You have the impression that he no longer has the ability to transform into a larger cat and be destructive the way he was. Something had taken advantage of the resentment that he felt because he was abandoned there in this room alone in the dark in a chest for years.
So basically the opposite of why do I keep forgetting the name of this rabbit?
Oh,
It's like the stuffed toy rabbit that comes to life, like because his owner loved him so much.
yeah.
Velveteen Rabbit.
Okay. Yeah.
The opposite of the Velveteen Rabbit.
Oh, yeah, the opposite.
Because this one came to life with pure hate.
Pure hate and death around it. It was like, I'm gonna kill everyone.
But this one still moves a little bit. You know, he's now that the whatever was enchanting him seems to have left. And by the way, the reason why it wasn't doing any damage is because you had just reached half of his hit point. That's how it worked. Actually, you went a little under it. I just wanted to make it more cinematic with the finishing blow being a radiant hit. But one of your sword strike was enough. It's having more difficulty to move. Feel like a lot of the energy was fueling him. But now that it's gone, it went back to mostly just being able to slightly move its head, blinking. Remy, you realize it because once again he starts blinking at the same time as Tobiashi, so most of the time Tobiashi you don't notice it. That's one of the messages that I sent Remy. He blinks when you blink. So that's why you never see it, because your eyes are closed at the same time as his.
All right, so this is how I do it. I take the old blanket I have, I wrap it, and then I wrap him with silk, and then he's kind of just like in a baby carrier on my back now, underneath the cloak. But, he's there.
Yeah, Remy just falls to the ground on his butt, just like.
Oh God, Remy, you okay? You need something?
Well, he did just lose over half of his hit points.
To a cat.
When your husband fights your best friend.
Cat fight.
I help Remy up. Come on. Got to get out of here.
It's like Rainy just kind of looking up at you. There's in one of his like a familiar like a sets of voices. Thank you, Remy.
Thank you, Remy.
And looks left, looks right, looks at your lantern, and slowly turns it off.
Wait, I wanted to. Well,
that's okay.
Literally fading to black.
Literally fading to black.
You're gonna have time to do this in the morning. What did you want to do?
Oh, I wanted to see what happened if I put the scroll back on the pedestal.
Oh.
We'll see.
Well, the scroll would simply float a little, but that's it. Just go back to the state it was when you found it.
I thought I was gonna like recharge or something.
No. Well, it may be one of those things. I'll
have to ask the dragon. I wonder where he got the scroll, anyways.
That it might happen, but over time.
Yeah.
Now you gotta put it back 65 million years ago, and then come back, and it's gonna be ready.
And then come back and it'll be ready.
That was a Chrono Trigger reference. But other than that, is there anything you wanted to do in your little space?
I do have to do this.
Okay.
So many people died. I am going to kind of like on the pedestal with the tinderbox. I have to do it. I have to give respect to the dead people. So I am going to do that. I take out my knife, the only knife I have, which is the Hydra tooth. Mm-hmm. And I am going to kind of grab some locks of hair and cut them off from each side of my head, back, front, side, making it a bit shorter. And I just burn them on top of the altar or pedestal.
So
watch them burn for a little bit.
So yeah, it doesn't exactly go as you planned, because you cut it and then you let it go, and then you take a little bit of fire, and just as you're about to set the hair on fire, you notice that it goes slushy and starts turn orangey, and then you start burning it, and it starts smelling like oranges everywhere.
My hair just starts growing back. I'm like, well,
it's the thought that's important.
Pick up some of Remy's feathers off the ground. No, that's it. That's all I want to do in there.
Okay.
Other than that, I don't think there's much else to do in there.
All right. Well, it's probably what's going to happen in the morning, just before you leave this place, and. Remy needs a little bit of time to recover, because he doesn't want to go inside bath water with a back completely scratched up. That feels like a really, really good way of developing an infection.
Or at the very least causing a fair amount of misery.
Hey, did audience ever remove your curse that makes your feather falls when you take damage?
I think he was starting to.
But did he actually go through? Because if he didn't, when you wake up in the morning, you got less than half of your feathers.
Uh, but yeah, after Tobiyashi had done what he had needed to do, Remy does exactly like as I described before.
Oh. All right. Well, if it's everything you wanted to do with your space, everything you wanted to show, that's a place where we can end the stream, unless you want to do the morning after.
We wake up naked.
Well, Remy is already naked because of all the damage he took.
Well, luckily, at the very least, his clothes mend themselves back together.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
That is true.
Actually, thinking about it, it's like Remy and actually, yeah, there's like 3 members of the party who can like rip at least a portion of their clothes off, and they'll just repair themselves after.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only real clothes I have on is my cloak. The rest of it is either silk or my body.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like everyone can come to their own conclusions what Remy and Tobiyashi did in the dark.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's up for. We're gonna need some fanfic.
Except that in the morning you just hear your cat saying, "Why? Why did you save me to let me hear that all night?"
First of all, why did you make me watch?
You know I
obviously
can
would've
see
put it
in
in
the
the
dark,
chest.
right?
Yeah, God.
I have blind sense.
I saw it all.
I heard it. I saw it. I smelled it.
I thought that I would lose my sight because of it, but I remember that I have blind sense. I still see it, even though I lost my sight.
Well,
All right, no, that's okay. We're gonna leave it to everyone's imagination, including the cats. So
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
And technically, Tobiyashi, now you have a stuffed cat that can talk.
That's her baby now.
Yeah.
Remy went through the pain of basically birthing it by taking its damage.
It went out from his back. I don't think that's how it's
Well, I
supposed to
mean-
go.
Well, I mean, better than coming out as cloaca.
True.
Hurts less. Hurts less. All right.
Well, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Sleep well.
Sleep well.
I'd say don't let the bed bugs bite, but that's the least of your problem now.
I mean, bright side, at least Tobiyashi can't be diseased.
That is true. Aren't you probably the safest to not...
I'll let you decide if
Wait,
it's a
that
good
would
thing or
make-
not.
Imagine it's just a monastery full of like sex workers because like they don't get diseases. They're just the best at the job. They're using key points and stuff.
Well, technically speaking, there are gods of love, lust, carnal pleasure, and all of that. So, although I don't see it. Well, because it would turn really weird because of the martial aspect of monks. So it probably would end up as a sadomasochistic monastery. But Yeah, it's possible. At the base of the mountain, we have the love goddess. And at the top of the mountain, we have a monastery in her name.
Yeah, they just do Russian naked wrestling. Don't worry about it.
So yeah, interesting Christmas.
Christmas special.
Yeah.
Actually, I forget. Wasn't Child's Play technically a Christmas movie?
I think it was.
Because I think he was a Christmas present, Chucky.
Yeah, he was. He was. Yep.
Well, if it wasn't such a huge comedy, it would be an incredibly awful horror movie. Gremlins, the first one.
Oh.
It happens in
is a
Christmas, and
movie, yeah.
just think about every bad image that you have. The Christmas tree attacking the mother, the gremlin throwing the cookies and the knives at her when she's defending herself.
Bro.
But it's a complete comedy, so. Because gremlins are stupid. All right. You okay, Tobiashi? Looks like you're pulling out your
no.
teeth.
No, yeah, that was something stuck in my tooth.
Okay. Phew.
It was floss.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know what that means. All right. So, with this, I think this is going to be tonight's episode. Next episode, I don't know if Tobiashi is going to be there. If he is, that's nice. If he's not, well, he's going to have given me a whole bunch of questions, and I'm going to try and...
I have more now.
You have more questions? Good. So don't forget to send them to me so I can at least do a little bit of role play with your character and have him ask the questions. Sorry. And you can just watch the episode and know the answer to all of this. And mixed in with that, everyone's going to ask questions, and, everyone's going to be sympathetic to everything you're going to be hearing, even though you don't know it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not everyone.
Especially not audience. He's going to be like, it wasn't even you.
Yeah, no, it's not my fault. I'm doing the right thing.
Oh, so half of all the people you ever knew and loved are dead? Loser.
Not my fault if they couldn't defend themselves. Alright, so with this, thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for watching. Hope you had a pleasant, whatever part of the day it is, wherever you are in the world. And even more so on today, Christmas Day. Well, technically it's not Christmas Day anymore right now, but anyway.
I mean, it's still Christmas Day in California.
Oh, okay, well then. Enjoy the last the last hour and 20 minutes of Christmas Day. Hopefully it made it better if you're here, especially because you don't have anyone. So, and if you want to watch this again, you can watch it on Friday. I feel like you want to say something.
What?
No, I was just thinking, okay, the moral of the story, kids. If you want to land a guy, have a stuffy.
Have a stuffy.
But you got to make sure that the other person is it's got a strong back, because he's gonna lose feathers.
Yeah, you do.
All right, so
Strong back.
yeah, of course. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I hope you enjoyed the episode. and I'll see you again next week for what happened with the dragon and going back to the normal quest of all of this. And I think everyone's going back to the garden and going to be starting to prepare for the quest to go get the branch that Tobiyashi needs. Because with all of this, I can tell you right now, there's this quest, and there's possibly a last one, but at the end of this chapter, you're all leveling up. You've done enough to level up.
Let's go.
So Tobiyashi has 1 or 2 quests that he wants to do before the end of the chapter, but when the chapter ends, you will level up. And then go back to the normal world-ending events, just putting things back into
Like we
perspective.
should.
Meanwhile, to something completely different.
No, but you have to put it into perspective. Technically, what? 1 week has passed since you ventured out? I know it's been a month for us, but for Tobiyashi and everyone else, it's been just under a week, so not a lot of time has passed.
It's been 1 week since you left me.
All right, so
Dang.
like I keep saying
Getting
again
close.
and again and again, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Hope you had a pleasant, whatever part of the day it is, wherever you are in the world. And remember, if you want to support us, there's a bunch of ways you can do this. You can follow us, leave a like, leave a comment, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. It's always appreciated. Well, technically, even if you're trying to sell viewers, it's appreciated. I just have to delete it right after you post it, but it's still kind of appreciated, knowing that you're somewhere in the
We appreciate the engagement.
Yeah, exactly. It's always weird when Twitch asks you, "Do you want to clip the moment?" There's a lot of interaction in your chat. You just look at it and it's just, no, I don't want to clip the moment. If you want to do more, you can make a donation, become a Patreon, or subscribe on Twitch. And that helps me personally. Because I didn't have a whole lot of work before the Christmas break. But if you can't do any of those, for whatever the reason, there's a very free thing you can do that's mostly effortless, and that's spreading the word of the channel. It is very much appreciated as well. Yeah, that's it. For those who wants to see map making, tomorrow on Thursdays we're going to be there, and the rebroadcast on Friday for the Eastern Coast schedule. One last word.
Feliz Navidad.
Merry Christmas,
Feliz
everyone.
Navidad.
Yes, Merry Christmas, or Merry whatever, whichever holiday it is where you are and that you're celebrating. Who knows?
Happy holidays, or for certain parts of the world, hope you're having an okay summer.
Bro.
Well, yeah, no, technically it is the summer solstice. Summer solstice just ended on the other side of the world. So. Thank you for being here. See you next week. And as always, stay safe and stay healthy. Good night.
Good night.